It's Saints Bears week. Do we really hate Dennis Allen? I'm not so sure. Thomas, hit that intro.
Welcome to Saints Happy Hour podcast. We never skip a drink day.
Budrich wants to know how the doctor's doing.
That ended.
Now grab a drink and enjoy the show.
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of Saints Happy Hour podcast. As always, we are brought to you by Hardhide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey and Chilton County Peach Whiskey. All right, it's that time of week where we do a preview. Saints Bears. We're gonna dive into it. Bears a 5.5-point favorite. Listen, Kevin, this is what I've been having on my mind.
Okay.
And we didn't dive into it too much in the big show, but listen, people didn't like DA. We wanted him out last year. They kicked him to the curb after the 7th straight loss to Carolina. But like in the pantheon of like most hated Saints players, coaches, whoever, do you think the hate for DA has lasted, or I feel like it's really faded? The moment they fired him, we were like, get that jerk out of here. And it was like, it faded over time. Like, there's not any like residual real hate for DA. I don't feel like.
No. You see, you're wrong again, Ralph. If you would just listen to the intelligentsia on Twitter, they would tell you that the three most hated people, the four most hated people in Saints history are Mickey Loomis, Derek Carr, DA, and you for always hating on Spencer Rattler. So that's your Mount Rushmore. That's nice. That's your Mount Rushmore of Saints hate right there. So no, they have not forgotten. Right. And listen, if the Saints win, God knows I'll be happy, and I'll want to rub it in Dennis Allen's face. It's like you couldn't. Went to a team that allegedly had better talent, and you couldn't do jack shit against us. Hell, the Saints offense is what it is. Like, you see who we have playing for us, and you guys couldn't figure out a way to stop them. Ha ha ha! I don't care if the game is 6-3. We should still be able to rub it in DA's face.
It's a great question, and this is important. This is an important decision, Dave. What's the most fun way the Saints can rub it in DA's face? Is it Kendra Miller, 150 yards and 3 touchdowns, or is it Spencer Rattler finally having like a 300-yard passing game or running all over DA because he never could stop mobile quarterbacks with the Saints? What's the best, most enjoyable way the Saints could rub it in DA's face?
I'm actually, I'm not going to answer this question specifically. I'm going to answer my own similar question,
great,
which is going to be, I want the Saints to have a lead at the very end of the game, and then I want them to make a team decision and have somebody run it into the end zone at the very end again on DA. That's what I want. Okay. I want another team decision.
That's the right answer.
I want another team decision moment, but this time I want it to be against DA. That's the statement. If we want the Saints to make a statement on the field with their play, that's the way you do it. That is what needs to be done.
Do you think Kellen Moore would apologize for it after, though?
Absolutely. No, I don't. You know what? That's a good question. And to be honest with you, that's a viable question. Like, yes, I could see Kellen Moore, of all the coaches I know, Kellen Moore, he does trend a little bit toward that DA direction. Like, I could see him apologizing. Yes. But do I think he would? You know what? Yeah, actually I do. I actually do think he would. Yeah, I do. And now that I
think he would be like, we saw the op, because instead of saying opportunity, he says op. He said, we saw the op for another touchdown, and we took the op.
But I'm thinking about this past week and he was confronted with the groupie thing. Somebody asked him directly, hey, are you turning off the screens for groupie? And he gave that up he was quick to give that up.
Oh yeah, he did.
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like Kellen Moore is too Mormon to lie. So if you confront him and you say with specifics, and you say, hey, did you do this, or are you doing this as a team? He's not going to lie about it. If you ask him that specific question. So yeah, no, I don't know. But regardless, whether he would admit to it or not, I still think you got to do something like that. You got to do some kind of team decision. Obviously, you got to be in the situation to be able to do it. Like, you got to be up and have the ball. Yeah.
Kevin, I hate to give Dave credit, but I loved his description
You love
of regular NFL stats as basic bitch stats. There's advanced stats and there's basic bitch stats. But in the basic bitch stats, the Bears are 31st in run defense. They give up 5.7 yards a carry. So, like, I feel like this is another opportunity for the Saints, like it was in Buffalo, where they can run a little bit on the Bears, I think, Kevin.
I feel so weird even agreeing with that. Because as soon as I do, it's just going to fall to shit.
Yeah.
Like, the Bears, wait, what did you say they were giving up?
5.7 yards
per attempt. Okay, I just wanted to. I'm looking at that number. I'm looking at that number as well. Yeah, and fewer attempts too made against them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm looking at some of the other teams around them, the Bills and the Dolphins. It's like their opponents are just absolutely gashing them, and the Bears are not so much. I would hope that the Saints. I said this in the postgame show. I think Rattler threw the ball, I believe 26. Yeah, I got it right here. Threw the ball 26 times. I think that was the perfect number. I feel like 26 was just about perfect. Maybe shave a couple of those throws off and try running the ball and focus on running. I want to see Kendra Miller. I want to see Olave. Kendra Miller, Kamara. I want to see Hill get a couple of runs. Hell, maybe Spencer Rattler takes off a couple more times and he gets 5 or 6 runs on his feet. I would love to look at the stat line on Sunday afternoon at 3:10, 3:15 or whatever, and say that the Saints ran for $165 off of 28 rushes.
Dave, the curse of Katrina is a very real thing with the Bears. The Saints have beaten them 8 consecutive times. The Bears have not beaten the Saints since December 11th, 2008.
Really?
In the regular season.
Yeah.
Right.
In the regular season. And that the 8 straight times includes a playoff win.
Okay.
We forget, like, the Saints, they beat the Bears in the playoff game in 2020. So my question to you is,
I did forget that.
Not is it going to continue, but do you believe it? Do you believe in my theory of the Katrina curse?
No, because because what did you just say? We lost. So we lost.
They beat us in 2008.
Well, we lost. Yeah, they beat us in 2008, and then they also beat us in that. You're calling it a Katrina curse. I'm assuming that when you say this, the photo that pops into the mental picture that pops into my head immediately is, of course, the Bears fans with the sign that says, the Bears finishing what Katrina started, and all the other, signs that the Chicago fans had in poor taste at that 2006 playoff game. But no, I don't think there's anything to that, because one, we lost that specific playoff game. There should have been immediate repercussion, karmic repercussions for them that same day, and there were not. And then we lost to them again in 2008. So I don't think this holds any water, unfortunately, I would like to say. But I think it more has to do with the fact that the Chicago Bears have just been poorly managed and poorly coached for most of that time.
Well, the Bears were on a 4-game win streak. They won in 2005, they won, and then 3 years under Peyton. That includes the NFC championship game. So 4 in a row for them, and then now it's 8 in a row for us. And then after that, it's just a lot of, going back and forth over the years.
I really don't like the Bears. The Katrina thing still rubs me a little bit wrong. And I feel the Bears are partially responsive for the Saints getting Ditka, Kevin. And that was an utter disaster for the Saints. So I wouldn't say the Bears are in my top 5, but the Bears are one of those teams I really low key don't like them. So it would be really great to beat the Bears. Dave, we didn't talk about it on the big show, because the live stream, because there's only so much Spencer Rattler discourse we can have. I don't think he's close to getting benched the way he's playing. I just think if he keeps on this churning out these don't lose the game performances, he's gonna stay the starter. But my question to you is, how many bad performances do you think he's able to have before the chatter and the Kellen Moore says, "Hey, we're going to Shuck"? How many bad games in a row is he allowed?
Yeah, no, that's actually a great question. I actually kind of did want to talk about the big, because it's something that I've thought about, because right now, after all these games, this is something that we keep saying personally, but also I hear it from the national media, and that's, yes, the Saints, yes, we lost, but they look good. They fought hard. They battled back. Spencer Rattler, didn't lose it for them. He didn't look bad. He looks promising. He looks okay. But to your point, at some point, fans, media, coaches, whatever, they're all going to say, at some point, all of that, where you can't just keep saying, "Hey, yeah, we lost, but it was close and we were competitive." At some point, there's got to be a point where you make that jump and you change from being that gritty, competitive team that just barely lost to winning those games. There has to be that jump. And so that's basically what you're asking here. You're basically, to me, it's if they either make that jump or they don't make that jump. And if they don't make that jump, that's when you got to take a look in the mirror and say, look, I know Rattler isn't playing terrible. I know he's not throwing interceptions, taking sacks. I know he is getting better, but at the end of the day, we still just keep losing these games. And so to answer your question, I don't know. I could see it coming. I mean, you're in week 13 and you got 4 games left, and you've only won 2 games or 3 games, and you're losing most of them, and you still don't know what you have in Shuck. I think that's close to the point where people are like, come on, what are we doing here? I'm not gonna yes, it's right. What my point is right now, it's really we're taking solace and we're taking joy in losing these close games, but that can only go on for this is America, and we are Americans, and and we are NFL fans, and
gotta win.
my God, we are not gonna put up with that for that much longer. So yes, I think it's coming soon. Like either the winning has to start, or a change has to come, because these Pyrrhic victories, maybe you what would call them, it's cute now, but it ain't going to be cute, late in the game in the season, and we're just tired of these, losing by 3 points. At some point, we're going to be like, come on, like maybe if we put somebody else in, maybe we're not going to just lose by 3 points. Maybe we'll win by 4.
Kevin, he hasn't had even the Seattle game, I feel like the special teams were such a
See, you're doing it. See, you're
calamity.
right now what you're doing, this is what I'm talking about. Right now what you're doing is, this is why Rattler continues on, and like at some point, like you're gonna, like you're defending him and you're making excuses, and you're saying, look, it's like not him and not him. But at some point, like I don't know, well, I don't know. What if the defense keeps playing like shit? Like, what if the defense keeps playing like they did last week?
Well, no, but I'm saying, Dave, what if Spencer Rattler has a 3-sack, 2-turnover game back-to-back weeks? Is that enough to get him benched?
Yeah,
I think you're wrong.
Like lightning. The only reason he hasn't had any of those games. He hasn't even had one of those games, 2 back-to-back. So, but to answer your question, yeah, 2 back-to-back, absolutely, we will turn on him in a heartbeat. Sorry, Kevin, go ahead.
No, it's okay. So Spencer Rattler played 7 games last season. This will be his 7th game this season. After Sunday, we will have relative, because I get it. Oh, this guy was hurt. That guy was hurt. It wasn't the same team. Ship of Theseus and all that kind of stuff. We will have 7 games from the previous year to compare to the 7 games from this year. And unless, I can't think of a way that he would be able to play so badly that he would somehow wind up worse than he did last year. Right now, he's on pace to just, if he does even partly what he's been doing, he'll still obliterate everything he did last year. So then you can look at it and say he has improved dramatically year over year. It'll be definitive. It'll be equal 7-7. Because right now it's just 6-7. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate you. The check is in the mail.
6-7.
I'm the talk of, if he has like a real shitty, 3 sacks, 2 picks, or some kind, has 2-3 turnovers, whatever it is. I would have to see, depending on when those happen. Like, let's say it's Chicago and Tampa. Let's say it's these next 2 games where he throws for under 200 yards, he contributes, he gets sacked 3 or 4 times, has 2 turnovers in each of them. I would still say, let him get through Carolina. And then you got the bye week, and then you put Shuck in.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, as far as I'm concerned, he could play like shit for the next 4 weeks. And I'm still going to say, get to the bye week, then we put Shuck in, because then you're giving Shuck an extra week. And by that point, it becomes official that, okay, the Saints are either 1-9 or they're 2-8, and we're basically giving up the rest of the season to see what we've got with this guy, the second round draft pick. So the new benchmark, or the new milepost, so to speak, or quarter post, is get past Carolina, and we're going to reevaluate. Like, we're going to reevaluate after the Bears game next Tuesday, but after the Carolina game is going to be the next reevaluation, because that'll be about the halfway point of the season, or a little bit past the halfway point of the season. But we've got the all-important bye week, and we can safely say, should he play either the rest of the way or play until December, and then you can put Shuck in and just get him those reps. Because look, if Rattler looks like the guy, I would still rather pull him with 4 games to go and say, Shuck, we're giving you the Panthers and the Falcons and the Jets and the Titans. We're giving you arguably 2 of the worst teams in the league. We need to see what you've got. Because if he can't do anything late in the year against, that, and if he can't show up, in 2 rivalry games, especially the season finale, then we know he was not the guy, and that second-round pick was a waste. I hate saying a bust, but it was a bit
we got to
of a
go
waste.
get a quarterback.
Right.
We got to go.
But again, let's say Rattler keeps improving. I would still tell you, yank him the last few weeks and put the kid. I'm saying put the kid in there. Rattler's a kid too, but put the untested rookie in there. I want to know when this season ends. We've seen Rattler make significant improvements. Does he keep making them? And then I want to be able to look to Shuck and say, is he worth hanging on to? Or do we jettison him and sign a veteran to come in and back up Rattler?
Hello, Kirk Cousins. Oh God.
Ugh.
I'm sorry. That was real obscene of me. Or
That was mean.
Daniel
That was mean.
Jones.
Daniel Jones, brother.
Daniel Jones is starting.
Brother, Daniel Jones is going to end up in the fucking Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones ain't coming to back anybody up. Daniel Jones he's doing a number, man. Hang on, I want to see Daniel Jones' contract. He ain't going anywhere.
We'll let people peek behind the scenes. Thomas, like a stern father, told me that I can't do the segment where we decide to change our picks. But I'm going to do this segment every week. I'm going to do
$14 million he made this year.
The Saints are probably only going to win 4 games this year. Vegas has them set at 4.5. So that means they're going to win 3 more.
Right.
Do you want the Bears to be one of your 3 wins? Do you have dislike for the Bears? Do you want Dennis Allen's revenge game?
We've answered this repeatedly.
We've done this before, but
yeah, no, I don't want the Bears to be one of my wins. I do not. I do not.
It's different when that game is right around the corner. It's one thing to predict. 5 years from now, I want to be doing this, that, or the other thing. Or hell, it's easy to predict. Oh, by December of next year or by next October, here's what I want to be doing. Here's where I want to be. It's a lot easier to try and say that than when it's the September or August, when it's September and you've got it next month and you're like, oh, shit, I got to make a call here. I got to make a prediction. So let's see. If they're winning 3 more, what do I want? Give me Atlanta at the end of the year. Like, I'll even say, let Atlanta win in our own building. Give me Atlanta losing. Give me Atlanta losing in their building to Shuck, which costs them a playoff spot. That's one. Give me that.
Yes.
Give me
sign
that.
me the hell up. I'll
give me
blood.
Give me the Rams. Now, you know what? Give me Tampa. Give me Tampa at home. Give me something. I want to see Rattler outduel Baker Mayfield. So I'll take those 2. And then one more. You know what, Ralph? I want you to have to sleep on the couch. Give me the Saints over Miami. And Mike Daniel gets fired the next day or gets fired on Monday.
My God.
And I want your wife screaming all kind of profanity and things in Espanol, and for you to just, you to be afraid to celebrate or wear your
my wife
shirt around.
She's She's so far out on the Dolphins, Kevin. She's been out on the Dolphins.
I don't care.
Since
She's
COVID.
going to see you.
The capri pants put her beyond out.
She's going to see you be happy. She's going to see you happy on that Sunday.
My happiness
and you, my friend, are in for a world of hurt. That's what's going to happen.
I got to go my 3 wins. I got to go. I got to go Atlanta last week of the year. I'll agree with that on you, Kevin. But the other 2 wins, I got to go Tennessee and the Jets. I can't have the Saints losing to Tennessee or the Jets. We got to solidify the Saints as like 4-13.
Even if it would improve the draft position.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta solidify. I can't have the Saints being worse than. I mean, the Jets are an embarrassment. Tennessee is an embarrassment. And listen, if you're going to go 4-13, your draft position is going to be affected anyway. And the tiebreakers, when you beat a team, it doesn't really matter in the draft. If you get into like, yeah, it matters head to head. But if you're like a 3-team combination with the Jets and the Raiders and all that, then the tiebreakers don't matter as much. So those are my 3 wins. But I just. Part of me, man, I would love to see Kendra Miller crap all over DA because he wants to. If he would have a monster game against the Bears, that would be so much fun.
That would be good.
Like to see DA with his hands outstretched, Dave, and his nipples just in the breeze and the Saints just crushing him. I mean, that'd be amazing.
Is Jamal Williams still in the league?
No, he's not.
Really?
He's in the Pokemon League now.
He had a fork in him when the Saints signed him, Dave.
I
mean, he was completely and utterly cool. So
he went to play.
Anyway, guys, thanks for
Pokemon
joining us.
TCG.
I hope you enjoyed our
Dave didn't answer the question.
I'll go.
Yeah, I did last fucking week when we had the same question.
All right. Well, then which 3 did you pick?
Although, I don't know. Although now I'm kind of changing my answer because Ralph's got a point. Personally, I would just like to beat the Falcons and the Buccaneers, and then, maybe the Buccaneers twice. That would be crazy considering how good the Buccaneers are. But then Ralph's got a point. But then that means we lose to the Jets. What does that make us? So, and I don't know if. I don't know. Does that offset? If you beat a good team like the Buccaneers that are playoff contenders,
that's right.
With the quote unquote, front runner for league MVP. If you beat them twice, but you lose to the Jets, does that offset? I don't know. Does it matter who they beat? They only get 3 more wins. This seems silly to me, but I don't know. I really don't. We can't. Right. Ralph's right. We can't be losing to the Jets. We cannot be losing.
I mean,
it's not. This question is harder. The question is harder. It's not so much who I want us to beat. It's who I just don't want us to lose to. That's the question.
That's right.
That should be the question.
I mean, the Jets. The New York media is already talking about is Aaron Glenn going to make it to next year? That's how bad the Jets are. But anyway, guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks for supporting the show. Go to patreon.com/Saints Happy Hour. Become a patron if you're watching this. Leave a comment on YouTube. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps us a ton. So we appreciate it. So for Dave, for Kevin, for Thomas running the show back in Poland, best producer on earth. Thank you, Thomas. Until next time, the bar is closed.